Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in the two-player game, Tether. Sometimes my favorite mechanism in a game is the core mechanism of that game, and that is the case in Tether. So in Tether, you are trying to connect as many cards as possible in either vertical columns or horizontal rows. There is a vertical player and a horizontal player. In the game that I played, I was the vertical player. So as the vertical player, I'm looking at cards in hand and I'm trying to play them sequentially, either up or down, into columns. So for example, this is a column that maybe I could have created on my turn. I could have played the 81 and then the 80. Maybe on that turn or on a future turn, I could have added the 79 to that column. Whereas the other player, the horizontal player, is playing horizontally, and they're looking at the numbers, the inverse of the numbers, essentially. So they're not really in this group yet, but they, right over here, they played a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 in this horizontal row right here. This may sound simple, maybe it doesn't, but when the concept was explained to me, like instantly I understood the concept, but I didn't fully understand the implications of it because it gives both players a variety of ways to play off of each other. The vertical player is scoring like the more cards in a group whenever a group scores for the longest vertical stretch. For example, if this group were to score, which it can't yet, but if it were to score, it's 3 cards tall basically, whereas this group is what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 cards tall. I would score 8 cards for this group, so I'm trying to make this group as tall as possible. It doesn't do me all that much in this group to extend to like make put a card right here. I really want to make it taller up here or down here if possible to score the most points. And meanwhile the other player is trying to stretch it out as long as possible. I just think this is a cool mechanism. I don't even have that much commentary to say about it because it just works and it is unique to this game. But I find it fascinating, the shift in perspective in a game where one player is looking at the vertical element of it, the other player is looking at the horizontal element of it, and yet the two combine together because we can play off each other within the same groups. The last thing I think that I appreciate that is tied to this a little bit, other than the inverse style card 79, 97 here, is that at any point in time that a group could merge with another group, it does merge. So you can have a group that seems small, like this 3-card group, and then all of a sudden someone plays the 78, and this group shifts over and joins this group, probably makes it score and scores a lot more, at least for the vertical player in this case, because this group plus this group creates a long column of 7 cards if that were to happen, if the 78 were played right here. So you're really hoping to see that 78. Although it looks like right here that the player has already played actually the other player played the 78 upside down, 77, 78. So actually the 79. Oh, so yeah, they can't even play it here. I'm realizing that in real time. So yeah, but it leaves open a lot of possibilities about when groups can join together. Maybe in some cases groups can't join based on how the other player has played. So there is a nice level of interaction there. Yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to call out the art. In a game that is just cards, that is just 2 players, I think it would have been normal for each, like every 10 numbers in the game to have the same art. But instead, the illustrator did a unique illustration, a really charming kind of 50s retro style illustration for every single card in the game. And they are beautiful. They're this style of art right here. I'm just impressed that the artist went so far and made an illustration for every card. So I really appreciate that. So yeah, that is my favorite mechanism, this dichotomy between horizontal and vertical goals in the game. One player being vertical, the other player being horizontal. That is my favorite mechanism in Tether. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you can name another game that has a similar dichotomous spatial relationship, especially in a 2-player game here. Love to hear your thoughts about that in the comments below. Thanks.